As promised, I'm carrying on with It Is Interesting. It is interesting to me that my husband Digby, whose hearing bones were surgically removed from one of his ears because of a precancerous tumor, so that he lost all hearing in that ear, whilst also losing 70% of hearing in the remaining ear, is a huge fan of classical music and listens to opera with great relish. His auditory universe is very comfortable with music he has heard before, but when he listens to new voices speaking, he can only pick out fragments, especially if they are lower register voices. It has made socializing very difficult for him. It took me a long time to fully appreciate how reduced his communicative world became over the years, and how important it is for him to be able to communicate with people via the written word, preferably by email. Telephone is not a good option for him either, as it means he cannot watch people's lips move and the sound is not clear. I'm convinced he has taught himself to lip read over the years, as he finds it easier to talk with people via video chat rather than on the phone, even though the sound on the phone may be clearer. Feeling irritable with him for not hearing what I say or for simply ignoring my words is not a good way to respond to his vulnerability. But it has taken me a long time to accept his disability and make room for it in my heart and daily actions. I do not mind at all being his ears when we socialize, telling him what people are saying. Our dog, a wire-haired Vizsla called Bruno, has spontaneously assigned himself the job of warning Digby when the doorbell or the phone rings, as these are sounds my husband cannot hear at all. Astonishing, isn't it? Speaking of Bruno, he is completely at one with each of his senses. He smells immediately if someone has bleach or turpentine on their hands whilst preparing his dinner, or if the dinner is deficient in any other way. He sees us in the distance with unerring sharpness and comes running, elated to sniff us out and fill himself with our fragrance. He hears any sound that is out of the ordinary and immediately draws conclusions. He can smell where his ball is, even in the dark or in the long grass. He lives in a universe of sensory awareness that I can only dream of. There he is. He's not lying under my desk when it's warm. He prefers to lie on the open floor. I approach Bruno's sensations with awe and amazement. In these sensory ways, he is more fully alive and real than I will ever be. He's fully embodied and in the moment. It also means that it is hard for him to be deprived of our company, as he senses the loss of our presence so acutely. His deep desire for closeness and cuddles has taught me a lot about taking time for such recuperation and intimacy. As a human being, your sense of smell and taste will be much less acute than that of most animals, and yet we can lose our sensitivity even further, as we discovered when some people lost their sense of smell and taste completely after contracting COVID. Previously, it was rarely an issue for people in therapy sessions, but now suddenly it was brought up a lot, as people felt they could no longer enjoy food or drink, nor enjoy, for instance, the fragrance of spring. Olfactory experiences can recall memories powerfully, evoking strong feelings, as the rhinencephalon or rhinencephalon, the olfactory brain, connects with the limbic system, which mediates our emotions. The same is true for music. A simple tune can catapult you into deep emotion and sentimentality in just a few bars, as the auditory brain connects to the limbic system too. A particular hook in an old song can topple you into tearful melancholy. A crescendo in a choir can make your heart sing and raise your spirits. Music is a river of sensation that moves you in all sorts of directions. That's why I like to sing so much. Sound is a powerful medium for emotion, as indeed is silence, which, far from being an absence of sound, allows you to tune into the sounds of the earth and nature all around you and inside of you. When you are alone and silent, you can hear the sound of your heart, of your blood flow and breathing. Sometimes, if you are disquieted, this may disturb you, or you may interpret it as tinnitus. But when you have learned to be at ease with your body, it will reassure and ground you. Your senses are truly a magic box of information and experiences that you can tune into or out of. All your sensory receptors, in their great multiplicity of specialization, connect to your nervous system in the various places in the sensory cortex, specializing in the reception of each impulse. Your body receives these messages and impulses and responds appropriately by taking action via the motor cortex. But rather than remaining passive in this process, you can learn to be more attuned to the way in which your body signals dangers to you in a most eloquent way. You can be actively engaged with your senses to become more aware and therefore freer in your response. Don't ignore it when you feel disgust or pain or aversion of any kind to things that are not going to be good for you. You can educate yourself to feel a greater appetite for the things that are good for you, rather than letting your senses distract you or let your dogs distract you and drive you towards what has been made artificially attractive, such as sweeteners or additives. Working with your senses to orientate yourself towards the things that are beneficial will increase your physical freedom considerably. A well-fed, well-watered, well-oiled, well-exercised, well-rested body is a marvelous piece of equipment, a wonderful and sophisticated instrument, that can support your life on earth for 80 or more years with ease and efficiency. Sensory motor therapy may help you to tune into your body if you find this hard to do by yourself. Have fun becoming more aware of your senses, my friend. That's your practice while I'm away in America. Take good care of yourselves. I will be missing 2 Sunday sessions, and I will do another reading which I'll set to appear whilst I'm in America, and I will tell you in that reading when we will meet again. I will also tell you that on this Sunday, the 24th of May, today. See you soon.